A federal court is taking a second look at a discrimination case that may lead to a surge in telecommuting. 5 years ago, Ford fired an employee who asked to work from home because of her health. The woman sued and lost, but an appeals court has now revived her case. CBS News legal analyst Rikki Klieman says the ruling is very significant for workers and employers. Rikki, good morning.
Good morning.
So start off with the facts of the case. What exactly was it in contest here?
This woman, Jane Harris, had a disability called irritable bowel syndrome. By the way, a very prevalent disability throughout the country. What had happened in her case is she said that she needed a reasonable accommodation. That's the language of the law under the Americans for Disabilities Act, to accommodate her needs, because when she had irritable bowel syndrome, she simply had to be very close to a bathroom all the time. So what was the reasonable accommodation? She says, I need 4 days a week out of 5 to work from home. And Ford said, no, we can't do it that way, that's too much of an accommodation, and it presents the other legal phrase, an undue hardship. Why is this case important on those facts? It's not just about Jane Harris and Ford Motor Company. It's not only just about people under the ADA who may have disabilities, but it may become the portents of things to come, where anyone says, hey, in this day and age, I want to telecommute.
Well, the Sixth Court of Appeals in its judgment, Rikki, said today's workplace is, quote, anywhere that an employee can perform her job duties. I mean, I'd like to do this show from the beach, but I don't think CBS is going to let me. What are the limitations on that then?
Well, the problem is the language of this opinion, which, by the way, is only opinion of 3 judges of the Sixth Circuit. And it's an opinion that has precedent right now only in the area of the Midwest where it happened. But everybody's going to grab onto it, and they're going to say, okay, if the workplace is anywhere, then maybe I could do my job from the bar or the beach. And really, let's look at modern technology and society. I can do my job in Starbucks. So if there's a bathroom and you have irritable bowel syndrome, if you could be right next to the bathroom at Starbucks, is that good enough? We usually don't think of disabilities that way. We think of them more in the area of someone who may be in a wheelchair, someone who's blind, someone who's deaf. But of course, it could be illness too. I could have had a disability if I was flat on my back after surgery, but I can't go on television flat on my back.
What I found interesting about this case was that Ford really did try to accommodate her. Initially, they said an office next to the bathroom. They said, we'll give you a different job that you don't have to meet with people. So my only question is, could the trickle down be that employers who are already offering some sort of telecommuting tighten the restrictions because they don't want some legal liability?
Well, that's the great question, and it's also a great commentary. What happens is this. Ford did everything it possibly could to try to accommodate her in the ways that you say. The dissent in this case is fascinating. The dissenting opinion says, oh, great, now we're going to reward the employee for her intransigence. And beyond that, let's have the courts be a super personnel, that we're going to tell people how to run their businesses. So I do think the fallout, the bad way, not the intended way, the fallout is going to be that their employers are going to not have good telecommuting postures. They are not going to say you can stay home 3 or 4 days a week. They're going to be like Marissa Mayer at Yahoo, which created that whole surge of comment, particularly from women, when she says, hey, it's my business. You come here to work.
Right. Rikki Klieman, it's a very interesting issue and could affect all our lives. Thanks very much.
Thank you.